This is the land of sky blue waters, land of cool enchantment. Listen. From the land of sky blue waters, from the land of pines, lofty balsams, comes a beer refreshing, Hamm's a beer refreshing. Hamm. Yes, from the land of sky blue waters to you comes Hamm's, the beer refreshing as the crisp, cool land it's brewed in. The beer that captures for you the wonderful refreshment of this enchanted Northland. Hamm's. Mmm. Hamm's. Crisp, clean cut to the taste. Refreshing. Hints of lakes and sunset breezes, dance and sparkle in each glassful. Hamm's a beer refreshing, Hamm's a beer refreshing, Hamm's. Refreshingly yours from the land of sky blue waters.
I am muted. Apologies. Thank you for stopping by the Massachusetts Beer Reviews channel of YouTube. My name is Thomas Metal 75, and this is your Massachusetts beer review. And if you didn't see from the video production from, I don't know, the 1950s, what we're drinking here, we're drinking a friggin' Hamm's. Wow. Okay. So I always wanted to try Hamm's. I heard people talking about this beer being really good for its price point. And it started, I don't know, a year or 2 years ago, maybe, getting distributed into New England and not anywhere near me until I just saw a suitcase of it at a local liquor store for, I believe it was $15.99. So I was pretty excited to try that. And I think it says on the case and on the suitcase and on the bottom of the can, I think it says the best by date is August the 1st, 2022. So we're within the freshness dates. And this is a 4.7% alcohol by volume beer. And 142 calories, 12 grams of carbs, no fat, and 1 gram of protein. Hamm's Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. But what else can I tell you? First brewed in 1865 in Minnesota, the land of sky blue waters, Hamm's uses the purest water and the choicest barley malt grain and hops. Water, barley malt, corn syrup, which is the maltose, yeast, and hops are in this beer. They say this is 7 grams of carbs on their website. My can says 12. I don't know where the difference is. This is the same beer. And they started in 1865, Theodore Hamm Brewing Company. They were German immigrants in the St. Paul, Minnesota area. What else can I tell you? In 1973, they sold the distribution of Hamm's to Olympia Brewing Company in 1975. Okay, so I guess it was 75. 1983, Pabst purchased Olympia along with Hamm's. Then it was traded to Stroh's. Stroh's continued to operate the brewery until 97. What else happened? Miller acquired the brand from Pabst in 1999. Miller was bought by SAB, South African breweries, and let's see here. Then they changed to Molson Coors from Miller Coors. In 2016, SAB Miller sold its interest. Molson Coors now produces Hamm's beers, Premium, Golden Draft, and Special Light. So there's a little history. Go to Louisiana. Cheers. Go to Louisiana Beer Reviews, Ronald Theriault channel of YouTube if you want to learn more about the history of Hamm's and other legacy beers. It is coming out the top, people, since 1865. America's classic premium beer, born in the land of sky blue waters, brewed in the true family tradition from purest water and choicest barley malt, grain, and hops. All right, I'm going to pour it in another legacy beer brand glass, the Narragansett beer glass. That's a legacy brand out here in New England and Rhode Island. So you're not going to pour a tremendously thick head in this beer glass, in this chalice. You just won't. But, and it's not the absolute coldest because I didn't bring it home immediately, but it is cold. So if we look at the Hamm's beer, we have a very dark golden color. Very dark. It's somewhat pale straw, but it's pretty dark for what it is. It only produced a one finger head. Very champagne effervescent. Look at that. Looks the part of a great adjunct style lager beer. Let's see what it smells like. It smells the part of a Miller High Life. Definitely, if I was blindfolded, I would say, thank you for the Miller High Life. It has that grainy, corn syrupy kind of a scent to it, that wet papery cardboard. But it does have a pale maltiness, or like a bready malt, should I say. I enjoy that in the nose. There's some sweeter undertones. Has that wet basement cellar kind of thing to it in the grains. It definitely smells like a keg beer. But just like with the Miller High Life and even the Miller Light, it does have a nice white bready kind of a Pilsner malty aspect to it. So finally, after all this time, I can acquire Hamm's. See what it's like. Cheers, everybody. Solange. Let's get another sip of the Hamm's. Very carbonated, very prickly carbonation going down. It is on the sweeter side for a beer. There is some dryness towards the end, but it is a sweeter beer overall, in my estimations here. It is crisp. It is fairly clean, fairly dry. And it's refreshing as all hell. You could pound a bunch of this. Because of that 142, I think that's what I said, calories, it is a fuller bodied beer. It comes across fuller bodied, even though there's a little bit of a thin texture to it. And there is, somebody else used the term a kiss of the hops. It might have been Ballantine Ale or the Ballantine Brewing Company. I forget, but there definitely is a kiss of some grassy style hops for a minute, for not even a minute, for a brief second, to try to round out the sweetness, I believe. Am I glad that I got to try the Hamm's beer? Oh, yeah. Am I very satisfied with the Hamm's beer at, what would I say, $15.99 a suitcase? Not a bad price. Let's see, let's take another sip and see what we think. There's definitely an overall sweet, grainy flavor that I get from the Hamm's as it dries. That would be the forefront of flavor. There's a sweet, grainy complexion mixed with that white, bready Pilsner style malt. So, do I think the Hamm's beer is better, comparable, better or worse than the rest of the standard Bud Miller Coors style beers out there in the market? I think at its price point, it definitely holds its own. And I don't have a problem giving that an 82 out of 100. This is pretty good. I like this beer. I like the little bready malt complexion. I feel like there's even more bready malts in the Pabst Blue Ribbon style beer. And although this is a fairly dry beer, I kind of wish, in a way, it was even drier because you're getting that maltose. You're getting the brewer's style syrup, the maltose. Yep, that corn syrup. You're getting some of that sweet flavor overall in the beer, and I wish it was a little drier and maybe even crisper, I suppose. But 82, I'm not disappointed. I'm happy I tried it. and good legacy brand from the land of sky blue waters, St. Paul, Minnesota. Legacy brand. If you've had the Hamms, you got to let me know what you think of the Hamms, how it compares to other styles of the macro beers. Is there a reason they don't barely make Hamms anymore? It's okay, but nothing special. Oh, there is a reason. Yes, agreed, Joey. It's okay. I don't think it's anything special, but it is a nice, crisp, clean beer for the most part, and it goes with chillaxing and having the day off. So, cheers, everybody, for the Hamms review, an 82 out of 100. And as I always say, keep tasting those great beers. Cheers. And we'll see you soon.